everybody, it's Otter Redneck, back at you with another edition of Let's Fix the 460. This year's our 1962 Farmall 460. It's a gas model, and sometimes these old girls, they have a little problem with having enough fuel running to her. Right now, it'll idle for a few seconds, runs out of gas. Maybe if I can get it into gear, might go a couple of feet, no more gas, shuts right off. Let it sit for a minute, starts right back up, runs for a few seconds, quits. That should be a pretty simple fix. Let me show you what I think the problem is. It's pretty common for these old tractors like this. See this right here? That's a sediment bowl. Right above it is the gas tank. And this line right here is the fuel line going down to the carburetor. If you look down on the bottom, you can see there's a bunch of dirt and grit in here. What happens is as you're running the tractor, coming out of the fuel tank, it'll bring in dust, dirt, debris. You may even get some rust flaking off the inside of the tank. That's pretty common to have rust inside old tanks like this. So what happens is this sediment runs down into the tank, into the bowl here, and it gets sucked back up, goes through a filter, out into the carburetor through the fuel line. But sometimes there's a little tiny holes in here that get plugged up with gunk. And that's what I think is happening. There's gunk coming in here that's plugged up this sediment trap. So I'm going to show you how we're going to take care of that and fix it. Alright, first thing you're going to want to do, turn the fuel off. Let's turn this valve here clockwise. That'll shut the fuel off coming from the tank, because you don't want fuel running all over. You don't want to empty your tank. Alright, that's closed. Then grab yourself a pliers and loosen up this little nut down here on the bottom. There we go. Hold this up here. Get that nice and loose. That'll flip out of our way here. Pull that out. Look at all that gunk in there. We're going to dump this out, wipe this off with a paper towel, get that gunk out of there. Yeah, it looks like mostly rust in there. There we go. Now that that's all nice and sparkly clean, I'm going to pop a little filter out underneath here. There's a filter in here. Pull that down. Look at that. Pretty gunky. Let's grab our paper towel now. Wipe this off. Alright, got that cleaned out. Now the other thing you want to do is right up in here. See, there's a little slot that's in there, and that's where the fuel comes out. You want to make sure that little slot is clean. I usually just use a little stick. Put that in there. Clean that out. Make sure there's no big pieces in there. There. Alright, time to put it back together. Just do the reverse order. Put the filter in there. Put your bowl back on. Spin that down. Tighten this up just a little bit, just so it holds on. Now turn your fuel on. Okay. You can see that that's not coming out there very good. What's going on here is there's more plugged up in there than I thought. All right. That's why it's not getting enough fuel. There we go. Now she's clean. Look at all that gunk coming out of there. Close this off again. Take this off once more. And dump this out. Wipe it out again. Let's put her back on. That's how our fuel should flow. Get her up there so it's good and full. Let it spill out a little bit. Close the valve. Tighten this down. Open it back up. There we go. Grab your pliers. Give this a little bit of a tightening. Not much. I don't want to tighten this little thing up too much. Just enough so it doesn't come out and loosen itself up. There we go. Okay. Wipe her off a little bit. Look at that, nice and shiny now. Let's see if it's going to run. Well, there we go, folks. Another simple fix for the 460. She's back in the barn where she belongs, out of the weather, out of the rain, ready to go the next time we need to use her. You guys have a good day. Take care.